Keith Peterson sitting down with Kingsfoil, and
What's up, man?
so who are the original members of the band back?
Me and this guy.
We grew up together and sort of started the band as a duo, acoustic duo, and but Tim has been around for quite a while now. Always put in many a year.
5 years.
6 years.
Six years.
3 years, 2 years, who knows?
Now you live out in Arizona. The band's based in Pennsylvania. So how does that work for you, living out here now?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily live out here. You know, I'm here with the band when we have, you know, things we need to do and touring and stuff. But I think it actually is a positive, you know, because it makes us, you know, really get on top of everything that needs to be done when I'm in town or before we have to set up for a tour. Like, you know, we push really hard to like accomplish as much as we can, rather than kind of just going, yeah, we can do that later. You know, we really focus in on the time that we're together. So
Yeah, it works out well.
and then when you're on the road, you're on the road. So like it doesn't necessarily matter where anyone's based because nobody's home. You know, so you know it works out pretty good.
Now, you've been with the band since April, and how did you find out about Kingsfoil, and how did you get in with them?
I played drums in a band prior that shared the same manager as Kingsfoil. So I listened to their music and loved it. Like I literally was a huge fan. So when the possibility came up when they were looking for a new drummer that like I could audition and potentially could be a part of the band, I was extremely excited and flew in and auditioned, and you know here I am. You know, so worked out and I love it. You know, it's like a dream situation for me to be a part of this band.
So how has it kind of felt seeing the band kind of move along the last 5 years, and are you happy with where it is? Where do you want it to be in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've never sort of made we've always kind of had a slow and steady climb, which sometimes can be, a little tough because you had so much work and it's so much, time that you have to put in. But we've never really cut any corners or taken any shortcuts, and that sort of, I felt like in the end kind of benefited us. And so I'm very thankful and happy at where we are right now. And I don't think we have any intention of slowing down. I think the next 5 years are pretty bright. I am pretty pumped about it, honestly. Just gonna keep making music.
That's definitely the nature of the industry. Overnight success is 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And so now from you, we've seen you as an actor, we've seen you now as a musician, race car driver. What else you got like that you want to do?
There's nothing else that's really like cool. Like I've been very fortunate to get to do some pretty cool things in my life. But like next on my list, which hopefully is in a very long time, I want to be an accountant. As creepy as that sounds, I'd like to be a mailman. I did want to be a train conductor when I was a kid, so maybe I'll do that for a while. I don't know.
See, I see a show coming out of that.
Yeah, nothing.
Frankie Muniz tries the.
Yeah.
Tries accounting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing nearly as cool and sexy as Rockstar.
I don't think. I'm trying to think like what network that would be on.
PBS.
It's pretty rough.
Right before Ken Burns.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times you see people, child stars, when they have like that early success, they kind of get typecast in those early roles. Was it hard for you to come from, Malcolm in the Middle, Cody Banks to Rockstar?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just me, right? So like, I've been living my life doing what I want to do. I haven't necessarily thought of anything going, I have to try to break out of people knowing me as Malcolm or whatever. I've just been doing what I want and been fortunate enough to be able to do what I want. And I love this more than anything I've done. But I mean, I would say that I see where, people don't necessarily accept it right away. You know what I mean? They don't think it's real. They don't think that I could actually drum until they see us play. But it's kind of one of the coolest things though, to like have people come up to us after the show and be like, I came expecting it to be a joke, but you guys are my new favorite band. I couldn't believe I love it. So it's pretty cool to win people over like that. So I'm having fun. We're having fun, and we're doing exactly what we want to be doing. So either way, hopefully people enjoy it and people come out to the shows and listen and like the music. And if they know me from Malcolm, great. If they don't, awesome. Hopefully they just know me as the drummer of Kingsfoil.
Do you have any other TV, movie stuff in the works as of right now?
No, I mean, my focus has been 100% on the band. You know, we've been insanely busy this year, and it's all I want to be busy with. So that's really kind of all I've been focusing on.
So I think it's safe to say if you had to pick right now in your career, Oscar or Grammy, if you had to win one award.
I would definitely rather win a Grammy.
It's the cool award nowadays,
It's
isn't
so
it?
much cooler.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Oscar's show is boring, and the Grammys are really fun to watch because it's cool
You
performances.
never know what Kanye West is going to do.
Exactly.
Now, how does it feel for you guys? You know, you have, you guys are a band, you're an up-and-coming band, but then, you look online, it says Kingsfoil, and in parentheses right next to it says Frankie Muniz. How does that feel for you guys, that just as talented musicians?
You know, I think if anything, I just take it as like an ego check. You know, like that's always been something that's been in my mind, and this is just another way to kind of remind me of that. You know, I'm here to just write the best songs I can and sing as well as I can, and as long as people, are getting the group as Kingsfoil, it doesn't really matter what the media says to me. You know, so that's kind of how I feel about it.
I mean, it's something like for me, like we don't ask for it at all. Like
and that might be confused by some people.
We would much rather prefer it not say that. But the promoters or media says what they're going to say. But my thing about it is people will forget that as soon as they hear the music. You know what I mean? Like if that's what they're looking for in the beginning, that goes away really quickly once you see the band. You know what I mean? Once you hear the music, because it speaks for itself. And can stand, up against anybody. You know what I mean? And I don't know. We're confident in that, and hopefully soon people won't even see me because I'm just behind all the cymbals, and they'll just be looking at this dude and Muscles over there.
Yeah, this guy.
And Tristan.
No, nobody looks at me. I'm behind keyboard.
But I get the vibe there's a good amount of camaraderie between all you guys. How is that? How's the chemistry as a band?
We hate each other.
Hate each other completely?
We all row seats. We're like, I can't believe I'm going to sit in a van with you.
Yeah. We're actually, for the next tour, everyone's going to have their own van because we just don't want to be around each other.
We're going to race to see who gets there first.
It's always going to be me.
I don't think so.
I've seen you drive, Grandma.
So, anyone who's interested in your band, how can they find you guys online?
We're pretty much do all the social sites that people use nowadays. Instagram is just Kingsfoil Music. The Twitter is just Twitter/Kingsfoil, Facebook/Kingsfoil.
MySpace.
Kingsfoil.com. MySpace/Kingsfoil. So yeah, we love to interact with people and talk to our fans through all those sites, and we keep them up to date. So yeah, those are the best places to find us for sure.
I guess the last question for you guys is, what advice would you guys have for a garage band who wants to get to your level, and then when you get to your level, like you want to get beyond that, but for that garage band who's just starting out, crappy equipment, all that, what's your advice to get to here?
What's your advice, Bruce?
My advice is just play as much as you can, just anywhere for anyone. I mean, that kind of experience, the only way you're going to get it is just by playing.
Not to give up.
Yeah,
Because
don't
it's
give
a
up.
lot of work. It's way more work than you could ever imagine. You know what I mean? Like it goes into even touring at the level that we're touring at right now, and it's taken a lot of years to get to this. You just can't give up. You have to find people who are dedicated and who want it just as much as you, and push for it.
That's it.
Also, do your best never to make enemies. You never know.
Yeah, be nice to everybody.
Yeah, it's real crucial. I mean, like, there's no reason not to be, and you're going to see those people down the road someday, and you might not be in the same position you were when you were rude to them. So it goes a long way to be respectful of other bands and people at venues, and most of all your fans. I think it's really important.
Music lessons. That's always helpful too.
Definitely gotta learn.
He's saying that for me. Because I haven't taken any yet. He's pushing me.
Drum lessons.
Drum lessons
So
specifically.
you a self-taught drummer? Did you take lessons back when you were younger?
No, self-taught. I mean, still learning. But Tristan's an amazing drummer as well, so he's been helping me, progress. And I don't know. I do want to, now that, like I said, this is my focus 1,000,000%. So want to find someone back home that when I'm not on the road with the guys that I can continue to progress, because there's always stuff you can learn as a drummer. There's always things you can improve on, and I want to be the best I can be for the band. So I'll do whatever I need to.
All right, great. So Kingsfoil, find them on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Instagram, all over the place on the internet. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank
Really
you so much
appreciate
for
it.
talking with us,
Yes,
man.
thank you.
Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
some slaps and
Any awkward high fives? We're not sure if it's supposed to be a pounder or high
It's all high five.
I just-
one giant high five.
Yeah.
That's awkward. That was awkward because nobody did it.
Well, I'll do it. I'll help you out.
Power Rangers!
I get to be the blue one.
God, that's so
Pick
cool.
one. All right.